Abstract Interviews with Jove Thomas and Mitch Michelson.
Interviewing humans pursuing art.
Abstract Interviews with your host, Mitch Michelson and Jove Thomas.
Interviewing humans pursuing art. Interviewing
We're fucking live.
Welcome to Abstract Interviews, where we interview humans pursuing art, brought to you by Abstract Contact. You heard me. Abstract Contact, that's what I said.
And cut.
Tonight, we have a very special guest. Please welcome everybody, Tre Daniels. How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Oh, doing good. The people seem to love you. All right, calm down, people, calm down. We have an interview to do. Please, take a seat. So how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm swell. I'm swell and dandy.
Swell and dandy, like a nice fine breeze on a Sunday afternoon. Although, it's not Sunday afternoon.
It's
How
Thursday.
interesting. So, Tre, I notice on SoundCloud you have an album entitled "All Right, the Demons Are Here."
Yes.
Would you like to talk a bit about that? I like the art or the music, all of it.
The whole thing is basically like a psychotic loop of how my brain works, basically. Like, I'm mad and depressed one moment, and then I switch and I get into a party mode, and then like I realize that like all this shit means nothing, and I could just be myself. And thank you to everybody who's slapped it. It made me happy.
Nice. So you find you can be yourself most when you don't worry, and you find that things don't matter so much.
Yeah. And like, I did it through intense massage therapies that that helped me realize kind of who I am.
Interesting.
If you know.
You heard it here, folks. If you know, you know.
Booyah. Oh. Yeet.
Your song. Would you mind if we played a little bit of that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's do it. Tre Daniels, everybody. With the song.
Helplessly lost without you. Don't want nothing to be true. Everything I had for you. Don't know what the fuck to do. Helplessly lost without you. Don't hold nothing to be true. Everything I had for you. Don't know what the fuck to do. Tell me why, with other guys, feeling lies. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I love it. Just getting stuck in my head. So I noticed you quote Eric Andre at the beginning when you say, "I got my vagina from my mom's side."
Yes.
Are you a fan of Eric Andre? What made you want to put that in?
I'm a huge fan of Eric Andre. I watched his, I think it was his Sway interview where he said that, and he was like creeping Heather B out, and it was hilarious. He was like, "I got my vagina from my mom's side," and I can really relate to that because I got my vagina from my mom's side as well, and that's the magic, and that's where babies come from.
You heard it here first, folks. Maybe you heard it somewhere else first, but you're hearing it here again. Vaginas from your mom's side, where babies come from.
Where babies come from.
You, too, more than likely came from a vagina from your mother.
Or an egg, but it's still from your mother.
Yeah. So also in your song, you say, "That's okay." Oh, what? Yeah, she what? She like my what? She feel like what? Did you ever find out what?
I never found out what. But I have a feeling the what factor was that I couldn't deliver and give her an orgasm. And I haven't become a man yet.
So, what made you want to title that song?
To be honest, I think of the most random song names that sometimes have nothing to do with the actual song. And I don't even know if I irritate Smalls with it sometimes, but I know in the back of his head he's probably like, what kind of drugs is this kid on? 'Cause I don't know what the hell goes on in his head. Like, what? Like, most of the song names are like Jiggly Tits or like Bacon Masturbation or like some weird shit like that. So
Sounds greasy.
you heard it here, folks.
You heard it here, folks. I do enjoy a good hula.
Are hula hoops sexual? Are they sexual? Can they be sexual?
Perhaps so. What are your thoughts?
I feel like anything with the hole can be done with or dealt with the right way.
You heard it here first, folks. Tre Daniels says anything with a hole can be dealt with in the right way.
Little circle of love.
Circle of life, meaningful for continuity and everlastingness. Got your vagina from your mother's side, or at least that's where you came from.
I got my balls from my grandfather's side. On my mom's side, though. Do the math.
Can you tell me a bit about your creative process in writing music? What sparks your inspiration, and what steps do you take?
I would say what sparks my inspiration is looking at how the older cats did it, because something is weird about how they made music and their creative process, which is very different from how people nowadays do their music and stuff like that. It seems like people are more fixated on an image rather than their actual like sound and stuff. And it's like, it don't even matter what the fuck you look like. Even in this day and age, personally, I don't think it should matter what the fuck you look like. If your sound is there, it's there. And if you just have that energy about you, you're gonna go places, man. And
That's very true. Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm very glad you say that. IHOP or Denny's?
all right.
The people want to know.
First off, at Yum's Awkward, fuck IHOP. It's all about Denny's. Denny's is the shit. There's been a beef going on about IHOP and Denny's for a minute now.
Been a long, long battle.
A long battle, and it's just Denny's gang or die, bro. Denny's gang or die, bro.
Denny's gang or die. Remember that. Tre Daniels, Abstract Interviews, sponsored by Small Studios, where you can record your music. Shout out Small Studios.
Feel me, bruh? Because we from the streets out here. Bruh.
I was from a hospital or my mom's vagina, whatever you consider the place I'm from. Yeah, but I do a lot of things other than that. Interview people, trying to find the facts. What's that? What's that? What? Abstract Interviews coming at you with Tre Daniels right now.
Hey, we getting it live. Hey, coming real live. Small Studios. Hey, Small Studios. Hey,
Small
What?
Studio.
hey.
Tre Daniels, Abstract Interviews.
Abstract.
So I notice a lot of your beats. You like to use a lot of R&B and sort of jazzy feel. What pushed you to choose this?
Because I honestly don't really like the sounds most people will really find customs. I like jingles and bells and fucking like just I don't know, shit that normally hip hop wouldn't be too accustomed to, especially being a Sacramento artist. Cause most people like, you know, more of like that Bay Area, you know, hood type sound, especially in Sacramento. So me and a bunch of people, you know, that I be around and vibe with, you know what I'm saying? You know who you are, you know, Yums, Vontae Boy, you feel me? Chaz, you know, Connor Helm, and you know a bunch more other artists. We're doing something I like to call the Sacramento Renaissance, and it's where we're just trying to change the sound and flip the script on what Sacramento rap and music and art actually is, you know. And I like the foundation that we're building right now for it.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It's magical.
So I noticed you're a frequent goer to the new Freestyle Fridays over at Exhale Smoke Shop.
Yeah, Freestyle Fridays. It's tight. Shout out to my boy Isao, or Issa. I always fuck up on the name, you know, but he's fucking raw as fuck. He's one of the hottest niggas out. And Jordan, you know, everybody on that Freestyle Friday panel. Y'all are
Shout out Freestyle Friday.
Love all y'all.
At Exhale Smoke Shop in Sacramento. Go check it out, folks. A lot of talent, a lot of community. So do you feel things like that help build the community and the renaissance that you are speaking of?
Yeah, that tremendously, like that really like builds not only like network, but it also builds good vibes and energy in which we need, because the energy I predict is going to be on something like that LA and New York is on, and Chicago. Like just musically we're gonna be the next ones up. Yeah. Awesome. Crazy.
Beautiful. You heard it here, folks. Tre Daniels, Abstract Interviews, brought to you by Small Studios. So I hear one time you almost cut your arm off with a chainsaw.
Yeah, I did. Oh my gosh, I was in Puerto Rico, and my cousin, shout out to SM Bansom, you know, he's a Smalls recording artist too. He's also my cousin.
Shout out cousins.
Shout out cousins. But yeah, we were cutting down a tree, and we just didn't know what we were doing because we're stupid and young. And I jumped in front of like the chainsaw, trying to like protect my cousin from getting hit by anything, and he cut me 2 times. Like when he pulled back, and we didn't know I got cut. Like I turned around and I was like, "Yo, you guys ready to cut down more trees?" And they looked at my arm, and it was like Smokey and Craig, my little brother, was with them. They were like, "Damn, like your fucking arm, bruh, like you're dripping." And I looked down and I'm like, I just need a shot of some alcohol right now, cause like I don't know what's going on. And
wow, it's amazing. That's crazy. Yeah. Very scary. Be careful, folks. Don't go jumping in front of chainsaws.
Don't do that. Or swords.
Or swords. Or many sharp or even blunt objects.
Don't get caught in front of...
Avoid tornadoes.
Tornadoes.
Avoid quicksand.
Quicksand for sure. If you're hungry, eat a Snickers.
You're not yourself. But we're going to not talk about that anymore, because I want to talk about Tre Daniels here. Abstract Interviews.
I was in my study thinking of omnipotent beings, and I realized we all are gods, and we're all created equal in one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Amen.
Beautiful, beautiful. Real shit here. Abstract Interviews with Tre Daniels. Tre, do you have any advice for other humans that might be pursuing art?
I would say, honestly, I learned this from Prince. This isn't even like my own thoughts or anything, which nothing really is. Nothing is really new up under the sun. You feel me? But I would say just perfect your art before you perfect your image, because you're nothing without your art. You're not an artist without your art. And learn your art and learn when business and art meet. And you will kind of become your own beast and your own monster. Are you a different monster in the same? What Kobe Bryant said, it didn't make sense, but it meant something to somebody. You know, feel me?
So business and art, what do you feel is the differences and similarities with those, or how can they meld in a peaceful way? Because I feel like a lot of people have trouble with that.
Shit, yeah. I think more people are fixated on business nowadays, which you kind of have to be on this day and age. In this day and age, on the business aspect, because business, it's meant for good, but it's used for so much evil, which art is also the same way. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Art, you could either use it to like sculpt people's brains and minds and make them into free thinkers, or you could close them in and make them closed-minded, where they think they're fucking like free thinkers and shit like that, when really it's all propaganda, and you're kind of like, you feel me, what's it called, conditioning them to think according to your like political agenda or whatever the fuck you want to believe. And business can be done as well, you know. That's kind of like the monopoly society that we live in and shit, you know. It all boils down to capitalism.
So business doesn't have to be evil, but it often can be used that way, just as art is. So what do you hope people take away from your music and your message?
I want people to feel all right with themselves and know that everybody really does go through a lot of the same shit, and you really aren't not necessarily alone, but there's more people that are like you out there and that can relate to shit that you can relate to. And fuck it. That's like the main thing is fuck it. Stop caring so much about things. I need to stop caring about things so much. That's why y'all need to stop caring about things so much.
Don't care about things in a bad way, but you can care in a good way, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm just a negative Nancy, and I like to think of the worst.
I don't think
of
so.
Everything.
I think
So
there's
terrible.
definitely some positivity in what you're saying and the things you have brought today.
Shit.
Even if it's sometimes through an avenue that may seem a bit negative at first, but honestly, Tre Daniels here, searching for positivity.
On the quest for positivity.
On the quest to find positivity. Will we prevail today?
We shall prevail.
We will prevail
Valhalla!
on this day in the year of our Lord,
1932.
to be exact. We shall prevail. So, Tre, if there was one song you could only listen to for the rest of your days, what song would it be?
Could I pick album?
Yes, why not?
Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, does it have to be a certain genre? Just pick a genre and throw a genre out there, cause there's just fucking way too many. And
What's one of your favorites?
fuck. If we're talking about hip hop, it has to be Mad Villain by MF Doom.
Ooh.
Art and Food. But if we're talking,
There's only one beer left. Rappers screaming all the night, ears like we're deaf.
he knows it. He knows it. Oh.
Shout out MF Doom.
America. Even though he's from England, I think. Is he from England? Is he British? He's
I'm
a
not
British
sure.
bloke. He's a British bloke. He's a British
Little
bloke.
British in here, man.
Little British.
Little bit, get a biscuit. And by biscuit, I mean what you Americans call a fucking cookie.
Cookie.
I don't know what I turned into at
And
the end.
crumpets. And tea. And French toast.
Whatever the fuck else.
Wanker.
You fucking wankers. So, is there a song you want to take a listen to right now? Get the people to hear of yours.
Of mine? Of course. Of course. Like unreleased shit? Or are we talking about like something that's already out? Cause
If you can get it to us, we can do whatever you want.
Go Slap Something something dark side.
Let's hear it right now. Something Something Dark Side by Tre Daniels. And where might we find this?
On SoundCloud. The music video comes out hopefully in the next. It's not gonna be released, but it comes out soon, guys. We're filming.
Stay tuned.
We're filming this week.
Let's take a listen, shall we?
Why can't you see that I'd never break your heart? Wish that we could restart, forget about me. Why you always fucking running when I always mention think about me? Why I'm always fucking stressing, wish that I could mention what's going now within myself, and why I'm always tripping, always got me stressed.
Wow. People are going to really enjoy that one. It's getting warm. You're right. Sorry. Stacy! Stacy, turn the f***ing heater down. God damn it. Oh, yeah, I control it. My bad. So fucking hot. So, Tre, what messages do you have for the youth?
Let me see. I got one right here. If you don't shave your nuts early on, they won't be thick when you're older.
Wise words of wisdom,
I have another one.
please.
My reluctant envy waters down my mindset, which is the nut I put in your milk.
Beautiful.
That was sexy.
Abstract Interviews,
Huh.
sponsored by Small Studios, a place where people record music. Lovely, lovely. Many wise things from Tre Daniels here. So, Tre, where do you find your beats? Who do you collab with?
So, if I'm just like, fuck it, I just want to make something just for the cloud, I'll go on YouTube for my beats. And then recently I've been having more and more producers, though, actually send me beats, and they're like, here, I want you to spit on this. I want you to write a song of this. Here. So I've been kind of experimenting with other artists lately. I never really liked to do that previously.
Really?
Always because I felt people just they didn't even listen to my music or anything. They were just kind of like, oh, I see your vibe, I like your vibe, here, just spit to this, instead of actually listening to something I could actually get to. So previously I was kind of like standoffish on that, but now like I feel these people actually kind of listen to some of the music I listen to. Also, like them listening to mine and me listening to theirs, we kind of have an understanding of how each other's sound is, and
So you feel it was that community that had to be created before you could branch out and work with other artists.
Which is why I'm so like grateful for like Freestyle Fridays and stuff like that, and Hippie Life too. My boy Deuce, Hippie Life, they brought hella people together and shit like that. Fucking, there's just hella vibes.
Hella vibes.
Hella vibes.
You heard it here, folks. Hella vibes with Tre Daniels and Freestyle Fridays and all that other jazz. Sacramento, we need a little more love. So teach love, people, because love is what we need.
Even though it's a heartbreak.
Sometimes love and heartbreak, you realize, are one. Not separate, not on a line, but in a circle, a balance. Everything is a balance. Love and hate must exist side by side, people. Remember that. Abstract Interviews with Tre Daniels here. Beautiful times with beautiful people.
If you don't fucking subscribe, I swear to fucking gosh. Bruh, don't let me see you out on the street, bruh, if you don't fucking subscribe, bro.
Don't let me see you in the supermarket if you don't subscribe, bruh.
Out in the hoods of Carmichael, bro.
Don't let me see you in Folsom, bruh. You ain't subscribed to my shit, bruh. People ain't subscribing that much, bruh. Abstract Interviews.
Trying to look buff.
So, Tre, where can people find more of your art and music?
You can find more of my art and music at Instagram at Tre Daniels with a Z at the end. You could go on my Twitter at Tre Daniels with the S at the end 12. You know what I'm saying? And then you can find me, of course, Snapchat at the Richard Show 1, you know, and YouTube, Tre Daniels with the S at the end. And yeah. Those are just
Beautiful.
my platforms.
A plethora of platforms to bring your platypi to.
I thought that's what babies are in when they're born. Plethora.
A plethora of placenta when you come from your mother's vagina on your mom's side. Remember that, folks.
Some shit like that.
So, Tre, anything else you'd like to tell the people?
Just be on the lookout for videos, more music, actual artwork too. I'll be coming out with more artwork pretty soon for you guys and stuff. And shit, I'm yo bitch's future ex-husband. My name is Montrevious Under the Levee, also known as at Vontae Boy, also known as Death, also known as Don't Hurt Me, I'm Scared, also known as Chicken Dicks, also known as Titty Fucker, also known as Jibes.
And I'm known as Jove Thomas, also known as That's About It. Abstract Interviews, also known as Abstract Interviews, brought to you by Small Studios. Tre, thank you so much for sharing your artistry with us. This has been Abstract Interviews, sponsored by Small Studios. Tre, thank you so much for spending your art with us. This has been Abstract Interviews, sponsored by Small Studios, Abstract Contact Production, with Tre Daniels, sharing his art with us, and you, and me, and Tre, and Smalls, brought to you by, and then other times.
But who do you think's taller, me or Smalls? Who do you think's taller? Because we're both little as fuck.
Let's
Who do you
figure
think's
out,
taller?
folks.
Who's taller? Because I'm little. I'm little, bruh. I'm fucking little.
I would say I want to shake your heart, but I don't know what that means.
Are we bro hugging? Are we bro hugging? Are we bro hugging? Are we doing it?
Abstract interviews. This was an abstract interview with Tre Daniels.
This was an abstract interview with Vontae Boy.
I'm scared, don't hurt me.
Formulating words. They can't see me if I can't see them.
Abstract Interviews, brought to you by the Small Studios. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Please subscribe wherever the subscribe is.
Fucking dying over here, bro. Holy fuck, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Small's lucky enough and fell asleep. Bro. I was about to fucking piss myself.